Skepnet, Joe. Hey, Romantic. Welcome, everybody. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Good morning. So, anything happen? Anything new? You guys enjoying that tamarind skin? Man, what a crazy freaking 24 hours it's been, huh? This patch is a prelude tonight. I'm excited. So we got a good one, huh? How many hours left? 12. 12 hours and 8 minutes. Until the big reveal. Hang on. I gotta set some pets free. Oh yeah, we'll be live for it. 100%. So I'll probably do a little bit of a short stream today because I'll have to get a raid video pre-recorded and get a balance patch video uploaded and then prep. I'll probably do a joint stream with Sue. You know, maybe we'll pool our resources together because everybody's going to be live, right? And I want you guys to hang out here, not run over to see, you know, Lakari or somebody else, right? Oh no, just it's going to be a big party. Everybody's hyped, and I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. So, let me just do one Guild War fight to stall for a little bit of time, and then we will jump in and take a peek at the patch, right? You have night shifts. You'll be awake when I go live. Awesome. Are we getting our asses handed to us? Oh, no. We're handing other people their ass. It's the last war of the preseason, guys.
Do you think the collab will be announced this patch?
I think there's about a 50-50 shot of that. I think there's a 50-50 shot that the collab will be announced. Does Lakari still plays E7? No, Lakari hates E7. He hates it with a purple passion. Like on a Genazod level, Genazod just dislikes and is disappointed in Epic 7. Lakari hates it. Oh, go. Is it still bugged? Is it still bugged, or can I actually get my fights in? What am I expecting to be on the update? I am expecting they will give us first some public interest shtick, right? You know how they always do, right? They'll have a live thing that'll be performative, like when they talked about Pizza Chew being a 47-year-old office worker, or they showed Mr. Navi wandering around the Ancient Inheritance map. You know, they'll do us some kind of a, you know, fun little cringe, cheesy kind of shtick, right? Icebreaker. Then they're going to talk about Chapter 6. Right? They're going to talk about what Origins means and how that relates to Chapter 6, introduce the new big bad, the worlds we're going to go to, probably give us a 3 or 4 month roadmap into that, show some new units, tease some silhouettes of future MLs and future RGBs coming, things like that. Get us excited about units that are coming out and how the story is going to progress. They'll probably introduce a shit ton of really high-end quality of life things. I'm expecting big QOL things, like asked for things like savable gear loadouts, penguin sliders, something to do with great achievements, some way to address the past collab artifact system. They're going to do some pretty good stuff with quality of life. They will probably show an expansion of existing PvE systems. I'm expecting them to reveal, like, I don't know, something on the order of more Abyss floors, more you know, Hunt 14s, additional labyrinths, things like that. Things for us to chew on to increase the difficulty of the PvE side of the game. They will probably talk a lot about World Cup. They'll hype up the new combat system for RTA. They put a lot of focus into RTA recently. revamping that and getting up and running. They'll probably tease who the new Worlds unit's going to be. They'll talk about how the World Cup's going to be set up and stabilized. And knock on wood, they will end it with a clue or a hint as to what the new collab will be. It's about the time of year last time when they started dropping hints on us about the Overlord collab, so I think there'll probably be an Overlord, so, or that kind of a hint. You think it's going to be that much? I was expecting a small trailer. They are spending thousands of dollars on non-official content creators who have thousands of people in their chats to promote this. They're paying Lucari. They're paying several Japanese content creators or VTubers. They're sending out emails to all the existing content creators offering us thousands of Sky Stones to promote this. They are putting their money where their mouth is that this is going to be more than just a, hi guys, here's a UI update. It's going to be big. Whatever it is, it's going to be big. At least in their mind, they're putting so much effort into this. It's going to be huge. So hopefully it's doesn't fall flat, especially it's gonna be hard to wipe away the clown makeup of this Tamarin skin debacle, but hopefully they're able to pull up by the bootstraps, because E7 needs a big shot in the arm right now. The numbers are not good, so I think they're aware of that and they're pulling out all the stops to make it huge. So we'll see. We'll see how successful they are at firing us up. I think it'll be probably an hour-long thing tonight that they're going to do. That's my prediction. I have no insider information about this. I've not been told anything. Everything that I say here is my assumptions on what I think is going to happen based on the amount of effort they are putting into this. We're just going to have to see what actually happens tonight. And I will be there for it. Hopefully you guys will join me. Lucari is a relatively large streamer. I think he came from League. Am I right on that? And he streamed E7 for a while. He was an official creator for us for a while. He's just one of those guys that usually has mid 4-digit number of viewers, so that's huge for the E7 category. He is very obsessive about gachas, and he just went neck deep into RTA. He loved RTA, and eventually he fell out of love with it. He didn't like that he was spending so much money and making so little progress, and he did a video of his girlfriend deleting his account, with his permission. And he basically, on bent knee asked Smilegate to please give him his account back, and Smilegate made the dumb decision of saying no, so now he goes and plays other games. Let me see, what are we doing here? Oh my god, this is punching kittens. Oh my god, what are we doing here? And this one, sure, why not? Well, his angle was, I didn't delete my account. My girlfriend deleted my account. So, yeah, here's the thing, right? I'm not saying it was a bad decision because those are the rules. I'm saying he had oh shit, we gonna lose. Are we gonna lose? He had thousands of people who watched him, and from a content creator promotion standpoint, no rules for thee, and not, guys, look, the terms of service are not rules that bind Smilegate's actions. They are rules that they can use to action our accounts against us if we put Smilegate in a litigious or disadvantageous position. They are more a set of guidelines than actual rules. You can't say, I have evidence that this guy broke the TOS and force Smilegate to do shit. All they can do is say, we have evidence you did this thing, and per the agreement you signed, we have decided to action these rules against you. And that is key. We have decided to action the terms of service against you. It's at their discretion. They could easily have said, you know what, we're not going to action the rules against him because he really boosts attention to our game and brings a big community to our game. They could have done it. It would have been profitable for them. They actually had the integrity to step up and say, you know what, you're so public that this would be a black eye if we didn't action the rules against you. But you couldn't go in and say, it's why you can't say, well, Elf Mage is allowed to play on an account that's not his. Why is he not allowed to play on an account that, you know, why can't I do it? Like, well, because they've decided to action the rules now. When he did it, he asked for permission and they said, you know what, you're good. And they let him go. And now down the road, they've decided to not let people do that. And you can't just say, well, you set a precedence here per the case of Epic 7 v Elf Mage. This was found to be admissible, therefore precedence is set and I'm allowed to do it. It's not the law. It's not rules. It's terms of service that they can choose to action against you at their pleasure. So that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions in any gacha games, is that the terms of services are there to bind us into ways to behave. They're not. They're there to bind us into ways to bend knee to the holder of the terms when it suits their needs. So anyway, it's enough about that. Regardless, they did not restore Lucari's account, and he didn't play Epic 7 anymore. And then he started to think about his time in Epic 7, and I think he started a whole new account, or he bought a whole new account. I don't know. Anyway, he got a hold of a new account, started playing some more, and, you know, then realized his initial decision was probably right and quit playing. But he is a fun guy to watch stream. His chat can be kind of toxic, and he is quite obnoxious, and that's kind of the fun of it, so. Who do I know in Clarksville, Tennessee? Nobody I want to talk to. Just got here. Welcome. I'm doing I'm punching some kittens here in Guild Wars, and then we're going to jump into these patch notes. Am I going to branch on to any other gachas like Limbus? I'm playing right now I am playing Raid Shadow Legends. I'm neck deep in that. That's been a blast. I'm playing it as we speak. And I've run out of stamina. Hang on here. So I've been playing this like multiple hours a day. So I try not to play more than a couple of gachas at any given time, because I just can't afford that. But I used to play Brave Exvius before at EOS. I played Wuthering Waves for several weeks. I played Star Rail for about 3 or 4 months. I beta tested Star Rail. I played Genshin Impact for about 2 weeks of my life that I'll never get back. And am I going for Fabian Sol? I'm going to see if it's possible. I don't think I have got the chops to do it, man. The best I can do with epics is level 10 of the Fire Knight, and looks like it'll take a lot of heckin' summons to get the other 3 keys. I don't know that I've got the resources. I might get the first one, but I don't know if I can pull off the second, but, you know, we'll take a swing at it. Anyway, but yeah, as for these new gacha games that are coming out, Etheria Restart, the Wizardly Daphne one that Car's playing, that looks right up my alley, and I would love to have time to play it, but there's just not enough hours in the day, guys. I run a business. I own and run a freaking international industrial equipment company. I'm making videos every day for Raid. I'm grinding out Epic 7. We're homeschooling a kid. I got to find time to, like, you know, rub one out and sleep at some point in time. So, you know, it's just not a lot of room for anything else on my plate. But, yeah, I'm not going to say I'm not going to play other gacha games, because I certainly will. But, you know, I gotta take a little bit of time. Yeah, Wizardly looks amazing, or Wizardry looks amazing. It looks so fun. Hey, look, Stenny's sealed, so I'm going to hit her just because I can. But yeah, I'll probably do raid for a few more months. If it keeps being as good as it's being, it might become my main game. We'll see. I'm sorry, Tenabe. It had to happen. It was the inferior Stenny. Did not have the skin. I think you have to admit that anybody that's not using the Tenebria skin deserves to be wiped off of the face of Guild Wars for not embracing the true sexy form of Tenebria. All right, so let's go take a look at these patch notes. So I have been told these patch notes are pretty freaking insane, right? Balance patch adjustments. Oh, PC client update notice. Should we look at that first? I'm kidding. Let's go check out these balance patch notes. All right, Smilegate, show me something that's going to make me forget yesterday. Please show me something that's going to make me forget yesterday. Well, that helps. Developer notes, hello. This is Epic 7. We sincerely appreciate the interest and support of all of our heirs who have continued their adventures with us in Epic 7. With these balance adjustments, we plan to implement changes to 12 heroes and 3 artifacts. Starting off good. More than just 6 heroes, and we're going to take one of them away later. 12 heroes is a good number. I would prefer it to be in the teens, but we take it. We're off to a good start. These changes are scheduled to take effect following the update on 410. None of these changes will impact RTA, so if you're going to look at these and run out to start building a unit to use for the last few days of RTA, that won't work. This is all going to happen after the RTA season ends. This is actually probably why RTA is ending early, because otherwise RTA would have ended on the 12th and it would have made implementation of this difficult. They would have had to have like perma-banned lots of people. So I bet this is why we're seeing RTA ending a week early, or at least part of the reason. In addition to functional adjustments and improvements to heroes and artifact skills and sets, the EN version of the game has updated skill text to be more clear and consistent with modern heroes and artifacts. Balance adjustment targets. With this balance adjustments, we've made some changes to certain heroes and artifacts that haven't seen much use. The details of the balance adjustments are shown below. Okay, first of all, that haven't seen much use is nice. I mean, I always kind of hate seeing a balance patch. It's like, we're going to buff a unit that's already kind of good, already heavily used. Okay, so what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Moonlight heroes, 6 Moonlight heroes, and 6 Cov heroes. Martial Artist Ken, nice. Used to be the terror of the game. Fallen Cecilia, faster than we expected. Faster. I expected us to go like with Flan, when they took Flan's good buffs away. We had to wait a whole extra bounce patch cycle before they came back and buffed her, but here she is, so that's cool. Spirit Eye Celine. This is a unit that I think will be dangerous to buff. Let's see what they did for Sylvan Sage Vivian, clearly being buffed because she's just not very good in general. I mean, she's kind of like crappy bystander Hua Young, and she's getting a skin, so they're doing Sylvan Sage Vivian. That's nice. Dragon King Sharun. Scary about she's the only kind of balanced unit from 2024. So we'll see if they bring her up to be broken like all the other 2024 units. Fire Lidica. One of my favorite units in the game. Maybe she'll be usable. Kayron, okay. Seaside Bellona, interesting. Interesting. The meta unit for the year she came out and probably the year after that. And now she's fallen out. They're going to try to bring her back. Lethe. I think we're setting ourselves up, guys, for summer reruns. All right, they're gonna have some kind of special summer unit banner where you can select all the past summer units, because they're buffing the summer units. Destina, yikes. Okay, Greenlandy, another limited, and Watcher Shuri, because Watcher, that's weird, right? Watcher Shuri really need a buff? All right, let's get into it. Oh, and artifacts. Rengar Special Drink makes sense. They're buffing Bellona. Wall of Order makes sense. They're buffing Landy. Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. Interesting. Why would they buff this artifact? I guess we'll find out. Okay, martial artist Ken. Let me see. So, what are they changing here? A successful attack will always... Okay, so he's just always going to crit on his S1. Whether he is countering or not, you can always get crit. That's a nice quality of life. That's going to make him a little more usable. You don't have to soul burn to get the crit. Instead, the soul burn's just going to ramp up his damage. Okay, so, that's going to make him more consistent. What else did they do with him? They kicked up his penetration to 50% instead of 40%, which is nice because there's so much anti-pen out there now with this, with DN. Martial artist Ken's knockout will now guarantee a crit upon successful hit, allowing all of his hits to stack without having to rely on critical hit chance. As a result, soul burn, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I think this will be nice to deal with, probably Elagos. Who else is a good versus Veronica and Elagusi? Yeah, Veronica too, right? Veronica and Elagos. This will make Ken a very good option for dealing with that. And it'll be much easier to build Ken since you don't need crit at all. You know, I mean, people were already kind of not building him with crit, but that made him a little bit useless if you didn't have souls to burn. Now when you burn, you get more damage. Yeah, this is good. This is going to make Martial Artist Ken a very good counter to people who, you know, want to run BBK and are tired of just getting Veronica. For people who are wanting to run, or people who are struggling to deal with the Veronica, Elagos comp, which is very difficult to fight. So yeah, I like this. This is a good, solid buff. It's not going to make him broken, stupid meta, but it's going to make him very usable in a place he was not usable before. So 5 out of 5 change on Ken. It's very, very balanced. He's not. I don't think he's going to be the winner of the patch, but this is a winning balanced adjustment. This is like, this kind of gives me a little bit of faith that we have a balanced team that knows what they're doing. Ooh, Fallen Cecilia, here we go. Okay, oh my god. Oh my god. Ignore a 10 soul, ignore ER on 100% provoke chance? Holy shit. I mean, am I being crazy here? Not that great? You're saying that, like, that's not that great in a world of BBKs. To be able to 100% with all the freaking ER. Okay, yeah, okay, that's just a bonus. We're gonna go and look at other stuff. Fine, fine. How much stronger is she? That alone, man, that alone's gonna make her devastating. Decreases additional damage and fixed damage received by all ally heroes by 50%. Oh, shit. When more than one damage reduction is granted, only the strongest effect applies. Fixed damage? So like Shu's giant rack gun, like Amiki's pop damage. Like, oh my god. Like Fairy Tale for a Nightmare? Yeah, MLK pop. Rat will do 1250 instead of 2500. Yeah. Oh, Rocket Punch. This shits down Rocket Punch's throat, guys. This is this and this together. I think FCC might be like the best knight in the game now. Uberus, yeah, Uberus on Payra, which has become a terror recently. This shuts down all, well, it doesn't shut it down, but it significantly reduces all of that. Combine that with putting Arius on her to suck up some of the additional damage too, and then her being able to sober and provoke and lock down heroes that otherwise you couldn't easily lock down.
Well, it's the Christmas season, so the logic.
Yeah, combined with this being able to lock down heroes you otherwise couldn't lock down. Whew. And, oh my god, he's gonna spam call me, guys. Hang on a second. All right, where were we? Okay, attacks all enemies. Oh, wait. Okay, this didn't change. Attacks all enemies, and an explosion of spiteful emotion dispels all buffs before transferring all buffs inflicted on the caster. Grants skill and all power. Okay, so any debuffs you stick on her, she can S3 cleanse all that and throw it back. But there's no immunity and no ER on her, so she won't be able to do this if she's controlled. This is nice for throwing back bullshit debuffs, right? Like burns and poisons and stuff, but it's not going to do anything if she's put to sleep, if she's provoked, if she's stunned. She's not going to be able to use her S3 if her skills are locked down. So this seems kind of nasty, but is good, I guess. It's nothing compared to this. Is she still a speed imprint? Nothing about speed imprint. Oh, but they're reducing her from a 5-turn cooldown to a 4-turn cooldown and giving you more souls. Dude! And if you soul burn, skill cooldown decreased by 2, meaning it's a 2-turn cooldown. Holy shit. So she'll be able to spam the skill null a lot easier. Okay, so I think this is I think this is another 10 out of 10, guys. I think it's 10 out of 10. Oh, wait. Soul burn skill. So if you soul burn her S1, it. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's being removed. Lord. Okay, so a 4-turn cooldown, but you do get 3 souls out of it, allowing you to spam her S1. Sorry, coffee not kicking in. All gone. The new soul burn is good to deal with Amiki. The new soul burn will be good to deal with BBK. The new soul burn will be good to deal with Destina. The new soul burn will be good to deal with anything that you stack ER on. The new soul burn will be good to deal with anything that somebody's trying to, aggro or tempo you down with that you don't want to take turns anymore. The soul burn is insane on the S1. The S2 is giga insane. The S1 is stupid insane, and the S3 is nice and balanced. It's a nice little me too add me, and the fact that she doesn't have a speed imprint shows balance. God, this would be if this anybody who says, oh, she doesn't have speed imprint so it's trash is a fucking idiot. If you put speed imprint on this, she would break the game. It's so good, right? This is I think Fallen Cecilia just became the most important knight in Epic 7. You slap Arius on her to reduce damage, you spam the skill nulls, which is great. We're reducing the cooldown on how often she can spam skill nulls. We're letting her generate more souls so that she'll be able to use her S1 more to control things more often, to lock things down. I just called half of the Reddit stove members idiots. I will stand by that statement. This is a fantastically balanced buff. And anybody crying that they lost their speed imprint has no idea how to balance a game. So, anyway, this is better than Martial Artist Ken, but it also, once again, is giving me confidence that we have a development team that is actually testing their product, because this is well thought out. This is very, very, very strong, and it addresses a major problem in the game right now, and that is the horrible overbearing presence of fixed damage, making it difficult to play. Uberus, Amiki, freaking Para on Uberus, giant rat guns. It's 3F everywhere. It's giving us ways to combat that. So that's pretty good. It's targeting something that is a current big issue. Child Senya. Holy crap, Child Senya. Yeah, ML Kairon takes some collateral damage. I really like the Fallen Cecilia buff. Spirit Isoline. Okay, so we're getting rid of the 50% chance to use Nimble Sword. She's just going to do it automatically, isn't she? Okay, if she's buffed, she'll use Nimble Sword. So if you keep a buff on her, she's going to automatically use Nimble Sword. You don't have to be possessed to do it. You just have to have any buff. And possession, of course, would count as a buff. We're removing Cleansing 1 debuff. And instead changing it to granting increased attack to the cast for 1 turn. Oh, okay, so you don't need to attack buff her. You can give her any other buff. You could run immunity on her and just have it there. You could have somebody else that just organically gives barriers. Wow, okay. So that's going to make her a lot nastier to deal with. And when she uses her S3 and opens the gates, dispels all debuff from the casters to... Oh my god, she's an AoE cleanse now. Well, that ought to be really, really useful. Okay, so, not a first pick unit, but definitely something you're going to be able to pick more now because she's going to be able to open the gate, dispel debuffs from all allies before doing her immortality thing. I'm not so sure how this is going to impact her usability in the game, but it definitely gives us additional ways to do it. He could maybe stack some ER on her too and just have her be a support unit, right? I'm going to go 3 out of 5 on this one just because I'm not educated enough on RTA right now to see how super impactful the AoE cleanse is and how much more damage we'll be able to get with being able to do Nimble Sword without having to use possession. Okay. Ooh, this is the one I've been waiting for, right? Sylvan Sage Vivian. She's getting a skin, and everybody like, oh yay, skin for a dead unit. And I'll have to admit, Sylvan Sage Vivian is just basically crappier bystander Hua Young.
If goes through, we are closer to Opsig buff trust.
Yeah, Opsig's not getting buff, guy. Sylvan Sage Vivian. So before increasing the speed of the attacker for 1 turn, she would increase her attack. Okay, so before increasing combat readiness of the casters. So we're getting rid of her self speed buff and just giving her 15% CR push. And on the caster's turn, when focus is full, activates the same skills and extra attack. Okay, so when she's full focused, she's going to double tap her S1? Is that what I'm reading here? And that would give her a 30% CR push because she'll increase combat race of herself by 15 and she'll double tap it. Yeah, if she's full focus, right. If she's full focus, that's going to cycle. That 30% CR push is significantly better than just having a speed buff. So this will make her a little bit better in high tempo teams, more aggressive. Inside applies to heroes only, being changed to inside applies to PvP only. This is a clerical change. This means the same thing in game, but there are some people who were confused by the fact that, like, hey, I'm fighting a boss phase that's Strays, and Strays is a hero, right? I can own Strays. They're specifically saying no, even if it's a hero in PvE, it doesn't count there. Nature's Judgment. They are kicking up her cooldown by 1, but it's giving her focus when she uses it. And attacks all enemies, bringing forth the power before decreasing skill cooldown of all. Ah, there we go. Because it'll all allies doesn't mean all allies of Sylvan Sage Vivian. All allies means all allies of you, the player. And Sylvan Sage is one of your allies on the team, therefore she will be subject to anything that she does that affects all allies. So when she uses this skill, it'll reduce her cooldown by 1 as well. So this really isn't a change, because by nature of using this skill, you're going to reduce this to 1, so it is still a 4-turn cooldown. Got it? But you also get focus. This is solid. This is going to make her a much better damage dealer. And remember, like, she increases her attack by 20%. So now when she does this twice, she's going to be increasing her attack by 40%. So you will get your 3 stacks much quicker. So she will start to do damage much quicker, boosting her attack much quicker. It's going to make her better in both PvE and PvP. So this is pretty huge. I think we're jumping this to a 30% CR push. When it's her turn, we're jumping it to a 40% attack boost. That can go all the way up to a 60% attack boost. And then we're letting this nuke reduce the cooldowns of your entire team, which gives her crazy utility. Being able to lower the cooldowns of everyone else on the team is huge. This is going to make her very good. This is going to give her a lot. This right here is going to give her a lot of interaction with other units, and this is going to let her cycle her skills quickly. Okay, Dragon King Sharun. Oh, and yeah, to rate this one, man, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for the quality of the buff. I don't think she's not gonna break the game, but she's gonna be incredibly usable and draftable. It's a very well thought out balance. I couldn't think of a way to make this better. Dragon King Sharun. She will still die to Hua. Yes, she will still die to Hua. And that's good. She still has weaknesses. You don't want a unit that just can't be killed. Okay, Dragon King Sharun. So at the start of the turn, dispels all debuffs with prevent movement. We're getting rid of that. And we're getting rid of increasing her combat readiness, and we're getting rid of her 2500 fixed damage. Okay, so we're changing it to dispels all debuffs which prevent movement before increasing combat radius of the caster's turn. At the end of someone's turn, when an ally is inflicted with debuff. Holy shit! Damn! Okay, so you don't have to wait for it to be her turn. It's just gonna happen. As soon as someone's turn ends, if there's a debuff, she's gonna cleanse all of that stuff that prevents movement. Get a 40% CR push, 10% more, so she's going to be harder to keep, you'll be able to build her slower and have her usually take the turn. And we're ramping up her fixed damage by 1500, maybe to help overcome the damage mitigation of FCC. This is good. This is going, and giving Cascade, this is going to make, you know who this is going to be good for? It's going to be good for Tori. Because you can't cleanse that shit, and it's going to make Tori hit even freaking harder. And Tori's already really good. Tori and Sharun just became best friends. What are we saying here? Finally encountered young Senyan Mort. Yes, that's what I was saying before. This is really smart, right? This addresses current problems in the meta. People are sick and tired of getting stepped on by dragons and having bread thrown in their face. So having things that address that, having FCC slow down the bread girl, having Sharun slow down Mort's control, because this, debuffs which prevent movement, that includes fear, and she's going to cleanse that, and then give, oh my god, Sharun might just be one of the better freaking picks in the game now. And they're changing her from Virgo to Scorpio. I will have to ask Sue what this change means, but if I'm not mistaken,
DKS stats are ninging stats if you want to look for it. It's overall less bulk, but better speed and effectiveness.
Okay, so we're saying it's overall less bulk, but more speed. Yeah, it's like Scorpios are usually fast, so great. We're going to make her faster too, and give her more CR, and give her the ability to send more damage out, make it harder to do things when she's on the board. Yeah, Sharun, 10 out of 10 buff for Sharun, and I think this is going to be crazy impactful. I think a lot of people are going to be very unhappy that they skipped or don't have Dragon King Sharun. It's going to make Sue so happy. He loves this unit. Fire Lidica. Okay, so we're out of the ML units and we're into the RGB units. Now, when we look at the RGB units, I want you guys to keep in mind that any changes we make to the RGB units are in addition to the RTA changes that are going to help RGB units. Remember, everybody, RGB, ML, otherwise everybody's getting 1,500 more attack, and RGB units aren't going to have the built-in 30% damage mitigation when they are hitting opposite elements. You still have the miss chance, but you aren't going to be miss on top of that additional damage reduction. So Lidica, so she used to decrease combat radius by 10%, and now she has an 80% chance each to inflict 2 bleeds for 1 turn, and at the end of the turn, detonate the bleeds effects. Okay, so bleeds are the the embarrassing relative that shows up to the party of debuffs, right? They actually get in the way when you're stacking debuffs. They don't do a lot of damage, but the RTA system said they're increasing the damage of bleeds by 50%, and they're giving you 1,500 more attack, and bleeds proc off attack. So suddenly bleeds might not be so insignificant, especially when you're talking about 2 of them and you're talking about detonating them. I think if you have additional units who throw bleeds, combined with 2 bleeds, combined with a detonate, and you got some extra damage, which won't affect the detonation damage, that's just going to affect her normal S1 damage. Suddenly her S1 might kill some shit if you're setting up a bleed positive team. Maybe. Kinda. Sorta. Maybe. We'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure 50% is enough to really make bleeds that impactful, but with the attack boost and with detonation and the fact that she inflicts 2, it's only an 80% chance, but it gives her an actual real S1, right? This is the problem. Her S1, it just shoved stuff back by 10% and did like hit them with a feather kind of damage. So this actually, oh wait, this is her S2. Is this her S1 or her S2? Okay, that's what I thought. This is her S1. Okay, so it gives her an S1 that matters. It gives her an S1 that does actual damage. So I like that. Thorn Bush. Okay, so instead of 100% chance to blind and heal block. Okay, so a 1 buff strip. We're losing a blind, we're losing a heal block, we're losing a 1 buff strip. Very 2019 kind of a skill here, right? We're changing it to inflicts resource depletion on all enemies by 60% before attacking. Oh my god! Poor poor Sylvan Sage Vivian. She was there for like 5 minutes, and then we get more resource reduction units. Or not Fallen Cecilia, Sylvan Sage Vivian. Poor Sylvan Sage Vivian. She was there for just a little bit of time, and then out comes Fire Lidica. Decreasing buff duration by 1 turn. Okay, so we're going from dispelling buffs to decreasing buff duration by 1 turn, which is nice. That will get rid of the immunity sets. And inflicting blind for 2 turns. So decrease hit chance is blind. So we are going from a 1-turn blind to a 2-turn blind. For each target, increase combat radius of the caster by... Oh my god! So it's an extra turn if you hit 4 targets. It's basically just an extra turn. Oh wait, does it say bind? Oh my god, it says bind. Oh my god, it says bind. Okay, an AoE bind. Are they freaking crazy? And you can burn it to ignore ER. You can ignore ER, rip away all of their resources, focus and fighting spirit. You can take away all of their, you can take all their buffs down by 1, getting rid of all immunity, so you're guaranteed to inflict the bind for 2 turns. and you're going to shove them back by 25%. Wow. Okay, and that's just her S2. Oh, and also you get an extra turn. Sorry, it's not shoving them back by 25%, it's shoving you up by 25%. So if you hit 4 targets, you get an extra turn. So Fire Lidica just kicked Faithless Lidica out the door and took her job. Attacks the enemy with Whip Sword, inflicting decreased defense for 2 turns. So, okay. Single, right? Before decreasing combat race by 100%, that's still there. Grants skill on all oh my god! Skill on all allies. They just gave her Faithless Lidica's kit. But better. When the target is inflicted with bind, ignore. Oh my god, and it's guaranteed. If you Soulburn the S2, you're guaranteed to bind them. So this is guaranteed to CR push them back. Dude, so like, let's say, for example, that really annoying unit Empyrean Ilanov is on the field, right? The one who CR pushes her ass up every time you hit something. So you just rip this with a Soulburn, and you bind and strip and resource reduce everything, but she's pushed up now. She's gonna take a turn and cleanse all that shit, right? She's gonna drop her S3 and cleanse all the hard work you put. But no, you got an extra turn and you got to use your S3 and shove that Empyrean Ilanov all the way to the back of the line, and it's guaranteed to happen because she's wearing bind, so it ignores ER, and it's 100% chance. There's no RNG to it. Just shoves her to the back of the line where she can't cleanse or do shit. And she has to walk her ass all the way up to the front before she does anything. Meanwhile, you've got a defense break on that Empyrean Ilanov so that you can now just rip her apart. Wow. Wow. Okay, this one might be the first one that I think is maybe a little over the top. Faithless Lidica Cleave is already giga strong. Wait, there's more, but that was the last skill. Oh no, EEs. Okay, so number 1, we go from increases damage to increases the bleeding chance. So we go from 80% to 100%. So we make her S1 very impactful. That's nice. Increases Wild Rose's base decrease combat radius about by 5%. Changing that to so when you push Ilanov to the back of the line, she no longer self-pushes. Oh my god. Empyrean Ilanov's Day in the Sun might be setting, guys. This destroys her. This destroys any unit that self-pushes. Oh my god. So I guess, what's this doing? It increases debuff. Okay, she's got 2 other EEs that nobody's going to use, because this is freaking insane, especially when using on Thornbush, and Thornbush is the one that you can Soulburn to ignore ER. That means the EE effect will ignore ER as well, so you're guaranteed to inflict restrict on all enemies. It's on Thornbush, guys. It's on Thornbush. That makes it an AoE restrict. Okay, 3 out of 5 for game balance, because this is a little unhinged, right? I was singing their praises about like making units that were pretty well balanced and you know, dealt with problems we were having without destabilizing the game. This may well destabilize the game. This is broken as hell. Fire Lidica is going to be, you know, go from being she's getting the Blood Moon haste treatment, guys. She's going from being a unused character to probably one of the most important and sought after units in the game. I think this is going to be wild, especially with the changes to preseason, the damage boost from bleeding, the increases to attack. Is there anything this unit doesn't do? And god, Lidica is fast too, guys. She is a fast base speed unit. All right, yeah, so far Lidica is the winner of the balance patch. Prophet Damone Kim was right all along. She's going to be the strongest unit in the game. He was just 5 years too early on his prediction. That is crazy. Kairon, what did they do to the person who is tied for fastest unit in the game, Kairon? They're increasing his damage dealt, and if you soul burn his S1 for Void Slash, it's even more damage. Okay. Increases evasion for 1 turn, is going to increases evasion for 2 turns. Okay. Absorbs some of the damage dealt as health when he uses Apocalypse, and we're increasing its damage. Okay, so we're going to make his S3 hit harder, and we're giving him kind of like the Dark Corvus thing of after he uses the S3, he's going to heal himself back up a little bit. And oh, this is big. We're changing his imprint to crit chance. That's why we're increasing his damage, right? The increasing his damage is going to be enough to compensate for the loss of an 18% attack imprint. So I would expect, knowing the way Smilegate balances, this is basically the equivalent of giving him a 20% attack boost when it comes to damage, right? Because they're taking 18 away, so they're going to give him that and a little bit more just built into his damage. And they're going to give him an insane amount of crit chance, making him easier to build. I'm not seeing it, guys. Especially after reading Lidica. This is a tough act to follow, right? This is a tough act to follow. Coming into Kairon feels like a little bit of a downer, but am I missing something here? I'm not seeing anything that really changes how he's going to be used. Unless this damage dealt increase is staggering combined with this, I'm not entirely sure this is really going to make a difference for him. All he need was cleanses. You think it might make people make opener Kairon again, that the damage dealt increase will be enough for people to go fast on him again? Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see if people cook things up. I'm going to go with 1 out of 5 on this one because I don't see it changing anything, and the whole point of balance patches is to make people play units that aren't played anymore. Okay, my favorite girl, Seaside Bellona. Okay, so we're getting rid of she funnels damage to the front. And we're getting rid of the 50% chance to defense break, and we're replacing it with a 75% chance to defense break. And for every surviving ally, decreases the damage suffered by 10% when more than 1 damage. Okay, so we're giving her a built-in 30% damage reduction instead of a damage redirect. We're giving her a 30% adamant instead of a 30% Arius effect. Making sure you can run her into aggro teams and not worry. Oh, you're right. I fell into my own trap. Ally. And she is one of your allies, therefore she is considered an ally. So if you got 4 people on the team, it'll be a 40% mitigation. That's pretty huge. 40% mit, and it's just raw mit. It's not send that damage into somebody else. It's not worrying about if I want to run SSB, I gotta have somebody tanky up front to take her funnel damage. So it's going to improve the amount of places you can play her, let you run her in a more aggressive way, and 75% more damage on her butterfly, or on her not so cute fan attack is good. And we're removing a critical hit will increase damage and replace just entirely, and just going straight up with damage. So you no longer need to crit to do the damage, we're just adding the damage. Attacks all enemies with a spray of water, dispelling all buffs before 100% chance to inflict. Interesting. Okay, so she's got a built-in strip on her S3. Here's the thing, guys. Remember when I said you got to think about the other things they've done to RTA? And one of the other things they've done to RTA is give everybody 1,500 more attack and 500 more defense. It's going to make it easier to build her tankier and stack attack on her and run Rengar's Drink and drop some serious pop damage on people. And with a 75% chance, and you know how often she spams that kickback. You're going to be eating defense breaks a lot more often. I think you could probably just stack attack on her. Not worry about crit. Just stack attack on her and make her a Rengar special drink pop damage unit who spams who spams defense breaks and has built-in strips and heal blocks. Yeah, you can already soul burn and ignore ER. I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5. I don't think this one breaks the game. I think she still has the same, she still is going to suffer the same counters that she's always suffered, right? Green Rowana, things like that. But it's going to make her more usable because this buff in a vacuum doesn't look that great. But when you compare it to the other buffs that are happening to RTA, I think Bellona is going to be a very good 4-5 pick to be able to control teams and run people over. Lethe, the other summer girl. So Lethe sucks right now, right? Because especially since DN's buff, penetration resistance is just so thick and everything does injury. Injury is so heavy in the meta right now that Lethe's just damn near impossible to use. So we're removing the damage dealt increase to the proportional as max health and recovers. Okay, so we're removing that and replacing it with increases combat rate of caster by 50%. Okay, so when she drags you to the bottom of the sea, she's going to CR push by 50%. That's going to make it a lot easier to cycle through her skills, maybe before she's injured to the point that she can't do damage anymore, so that's great. And the amount recovered and damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. Okay, so you are going to be instead you can under the sea things that don't have a ton of health. You're going to heal up based on your health, not your target. So if you want to drag like a low HP DPS unit under the sea, you're going to get a pretty significant heal because the heal is going to be based on your health, not the target's health. So that'll make it a little easier to keep her alive. We're boosting her damage up. That's great. And that CR push is going to let her cycle better. I think this is good. I still am not sure with as prevalent as control, CR reduction, all the counters that Lethe has. It's not going to be hugely significant in RTA. But for those of you who like using Lethe in Guild Wars, this just once again makes her significantly better Dark Corvus. I think this is going to make her significantly stronger in Guild Wars. So people that like using Lethe, let me know if you guys think this is going to impact her in RTA. I don't think it is. I'll give it a 2 out of 5 for a buff because it increases her playability in one aspect of the game, but doesn't really do much for her in RTA. And that's one of the things we're kind of looking for as a way to bring Lethe back into RTA. Oh, Destina. He used to be one of the most important Soul Weavers in the game, right? What do we got here? Okay, so we're just raw increasing the amount that she heals. Oh shit, she's got Spirit Blessing for 3 turns, so she's gonna be have ER longer now. That's nice. As long as you don't soul burn FCC, it's gonna be really hard to control your Destinas. Reviving all dead allies to 20% health is now reviving all dead allies to 30% health. So we're straight up just making her better made Chloe on her revive. And grant spirit classing for... Okay, so... For fuck's sake. Hang on, guys. Destina will be improved to better fulfill her intended role. Okay, this is nice. It'll make her a stronger Razor, but we still have all of the issues with Raze, right? We still have Sinful Angelica, we still have Briar Witch Assaria, we still have a lot of extinction units. That's kind of why we aren't seeing Razors as much anymore. Oh, this is nice. So her cooldown is being reduced, so she'll be able to spam her raise a little bit better. Four turn cooldown will feel a lot better, especially with other units that reduce your teammates' skill cooldowns, right? So combine that with one of those units that reduce the skill cooldown, and she's gonna be able to spam healing a lot easier. I think it'll be okay for tank down, right? She'll be she uses her S2 a lot. With an EE, it's 3. Oh god, is there an EE? Oh yeah, right. She has an E. She has an EE that reduces it, right? If she has an EE that reduces this to a 3-turn cooldown, and you run her with units that can reduce skill cooldown, she'll be able to spam her raise skill, which will be obnoxious. I think turn 2 players, again, this is one that I think Sue will be a better source of info from, or a better source of info on, because this is his style of play, not mine. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5, right? I think it will increase her usability in places she's already used, maybe make her usable in some places she wasn't used before, but overall, I don't know that this is going to make anybody rush out and build their Destinas. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not so sure that this is the buff that makes Destina meta. But from a balancing standpoint, 5 out of 5, right? 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. From a balancing standpoint, they found a way to make her more usable, make her stronger, but not upset the balance of the game. So, big W for the dev team on this one. I like this buff. Landy. Oh my god. Turn 2, so you admit that you're a nasty cleaver. I am not a nasty cleaver. Cleavers are people too. You should think before you speak such harsh words, right? Cleavers are people. Horrible, awful people who don't get invited to parties, but still people, and you need to remember that. So Landy, we're just straight up saying, yeah, we're gonna make Landy hit harder. Oh my god, at the start of the first battle, okay, so you know what? We are just straight up admitting that, like, the problem with Rangers is they only have one artifact, and the only way to make Rangers use other artifacts is to give them built-in guiding light. So yeah, you know what? Anytime we have seen a Ranger get built-in guiding light, see Phantom Politis, it has made them crazy, insane meta units. So this right here, these freaking 5 words are probably going to make Landy a menace, and we're boosting her damage. Her damage was never really a problem. It was just that she got killed early on. So this is great. 5 out of 5 patch for Landy, because I do think that just the introduction of built-in stealth is going to increase her usability by a staggering amount, especially against people who are trying to do single target cleaving and single target fighting. And it's also going to, the damage dealt increase will help her out in PvE as well. It's just one turn that doesn't matter. It doesn't reapply. It gets her to take a turn. And once she takes a turn with damage increase and CR pushing the rest of your team from her S3, it's kinda over. Her issue wasn't that she couldn't stay stealth the whole time. Her issue was that she didn't get to take a turn. You just controlled her, killed her. Now she does. Let me see. Watcher Shuri. What are we doing to Watcher Shuri? Finishing shot. We're going from an 80% pen to a 100% pen. It was always 100. Oh, wait. After Awakening. Okay. 100% pen. Increases hit chance by 50%. 50% increase hit chance. So now you can shoot evasion units. Yes, now he'll never miss. That's great. So you're going to be, you know, you're going to be able to use Watcher to actually never miss. That's great. Unlike Tywin. Okay, so that's great. And his exclusive equipment. Whoa. Guys? Did we just say get fucked, Flan? Hell yeah. Okay, guys. Afternoon Soak Flan has a hard counter that's not named Shaltir. Just shoot her in the face. That's great. And 70% evasions. You don't have to worry about getting 20%ed because they're wearing an evasion artifact. Bravo. Bravo. Watcher Shuri just became the most important speed imprint in the game, I think. That's great. Artifacts. Rengar special drink. Amount of additional damage increased. This will help in a world where FCC is reducing the amount of damage, and in a world where there's not FCC, this is going to make Seaside Bellona even more terrifying. 1500 free attack, increasing the damage. Her not needing to crit means you can stack attack, increases the damage of the attack proc. I think, are we going to see base speed Seaside Bellonas with 7k attack and no crit chance and crit damage again? Are we going to start seeing that again? I think Seaside Bellona might be a problem, guys. I think I might have been underselling Seaside Bellona with all of these changes stacking into what she can do. Wall of Order. At the start, okay, so there's a 5 to 10% chance to give you Gab based on each buff, and at the end of the turn you got a 50% barrier. So like start of turn has a 6 to 12% chance to increase Gab, and at the end of turn has a 100% chance to increase stealth. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, guys, Wall of Order is now upgraded Guiding Light. It's no, Guiding Light truly now is Griefing Light. Guiding Light is just crappy Wall of Order. For any speed ranger who wants to do some damage. God's blood, this on Lidica. Lidica on Gab. 70% attack buff on speed Lidica, who now stealths and does detonates bleeds, which are based on her attack, on top of 1500 increased base attack. Holy crap, this on a Lidica, on a speed Lidica will be crazy. Landy will always be stealth now. 100% chance to be stealth now. With an increased chance to proc Gab. Elagos. Yeah, it's not on turn 1, so not for turn 1. No, it's for turn 1 on openers, and it's not for turn 1. Yeah, if you go first, it's for turn 1. That's why I said it'll be great on Lidica, who's going to go first, because she's a super zoomy unit. It'll be great for Elagos, because he's already stealthed. My God. Yeah, it's best in slot for Landy by a freaking mile. So you're going to want like 3 or 4 Wall of Orders now. How many Wall of Orders do I have? Houston, we have a problem. That's okay, guys. If they've made Wall of Order this important, there is a 150% chance that within the next 6 weeks, we're going to see a Landy banner rerun. Take that to the bank, guys. Special Landy banner rerun with a special Wall of Order pack. Wow. So that is, that's insane. I like this. I think this is a 10 out of 10 change because this reduces the dependency on Griefing Light. This gives you options for rangers that actually do things other than keep you stealth, for some opening rangers and for some first turn stealth rangers. So this is pretty good. Fairy Tale for a Nightmare has a 60%. Hey Eminem, thank you for the raid, buddy. Hell yeah. How was your stream, my friend? Did you have a good one? We just got to the wall of order, and I think I peed a little. Dude, these are so good. There hasn't been a stinker here yet. The closest thing we've had to a stinker is Kayron, and even Kayron is still not that bad of a change. I think for people who want to run speed Kayrons, it might have some options for you. Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. After an extra attack, counterattack, or dual attack has a 60% chance. So it used to... Okay, so that 40 to 80. So I'm assuming as you level it, the chance increases, right? So probably what, about probably 60% chance at plus 15, and you can raise it up to as much as plus 80% chance to dispel one buff from the target, and it is 100% chance to deal more fixed damage. So they're saying, you know what, we're trying to slow down the fixed damage from some of these units, but we are trying to ramp up the fixed damage on some of these artifacts so that the buffs to Fallen Cecilia don't just make these artifacts fall away. So I like this. This is solid. This is I think this is a sideways movement for its usability. It gives you reasons to imprint it and chase for more. But it's a sideways movement on its usability. Except if Fallen Cecilia is not involved, suddenly it does even more damage. Just like Rangar's Drink. Just like... or some of the other fixed damage things. With anyway, I like it. I think this is a good change. 3 out of 5. I don't think this is going to change its usage that much, but 5 out of 5 from a development standpoint. It's an improvement that doesn't unbalance the game. Wow. So, the winner of the balance patch as far as the new Mort, the new everybody's going to want this unit, everybody's going to be upset that they sold, imprinted their Faithful Lidica or otherwise don't have this unit, is clearly Fire Lidica. She's going to run things over. I think the number 2 big winner is Dragon King Sharun for all of the things she's going to be able to do now, especially for her synergy with Tori. And probably coming in third, I am somewhat tied between Landy, Seaside Bellona, and Fallen Cecilia. I think that... No, you know what? I take it back. Fallen Cecilia and Dragon King Sharun might be tied. Lidica is by far and away the winner, but Fallen Cecilia, I don't think people have quite wrapped their brains around what 100% ignore ER provoke means when dealing with aggro players. For standard players that are struggling with aggro units running them over, to be able to take a unit out of rotation and control that unit, to lock it freaking down, is crazy. And Dragon King Sharun, her synergy with Tori is going to be disgusting. So yeah, winner is Lidica. Second place is a tie for me for FCC and DKS. And third place is Seaside Bellona and Landy. I think are going to do some amazing stuff. But all of these are good. All of these, except maybe Kayron. Maybe people do stuff with speed Kayrons, but all of these are fan-freaking-tastic. And Watcher Shuri being able to shoot, Flans and Rylets in the face, that's going to be fun too. And Wall of Order, artifact-wise... Wall of Order, it's so nice that we have got options for Rangers that aren't Rangar's Special Drink. I'm sorry. I was reading. It's so nice that we've got options for Rangers that aren't Guiding Light. That's crazy. And the only thing I'm upset about Wall of Order right now is that I only have one of them. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a problem, guys. It's a problem I'm going to have to figure out how to remedy. Maybe Smilegate will help us remedy this by running a Landy banner. Surely that's going to happen, right, guys? All right. This helps. After the big L of yesterday, we needed a win, and this is a great pre-main event show to get us excited about the game, to get it hyped up. I have my FCC on 3F. Hell yeah. That's not a bad option, though. I think Arius FCC might be the way on her. I don't know that you're going to want to build her with the speed to cycle around. I think you're going to want to probably have her on Arius, but we'll see. We'll see. You get it's some options, right?
Don't
see,
forget,
that's great.
They made Lidica a menace, but her own artifact is still what it is.
Dude, that's a good point, right? Everybody's going to want to pull Lidica and get so mad when they get more Swords of Judgment. Oh, it's such bait, right? That kid pops out of the wrong side on a Lidica banner, people are going to lose their ever-loving shit. You can't even custom summon her without risk of more Swords of Judgment. Check the countdown for the origin. You can see the sword. You can see the sword on the screen anyway. Here, hang on. Let me move it over. You see the sword there? You just need a wide screen and you can see it. Yeah, guys, it's not Ras. It's not Ras, it's not Kazran. Get it out of your head. What's this? Okay, it might be Ras. It might be Ras.
Finally, the unit I built for floor 115
okay, it might be Ras.
Will actually have other uses.
All right, I guess we're gonna find out tonight, right, guys? We'll find out for sure tonight. So I'm excited for these patches, especially when you look at this balance patch through the lens of what the hey Franby, thank you so much for the sub, buddy. I appreciate it. Rock on, man. 4 months, hell yeah. Especially when you look at these patches through the lens of the other changes that are happening to RTA. I think it's going to make RTA a crazy Wild West kind of a preseason, and a whole new world of meta is going to open up for us, and that's really what we've been wanting, right? We've been wanting to see RTA not be the same boring fights over and over and over again. Who's RTA skin this season? Sylvan Sage Vivian. Yeah, a half-finished, kind of lazy, but still sexy Sylvan Sage Vivian, as long as you don't look at her AI feet and unfinished dress. It's a pretty skin. It's cute. Not sure I like it better than the base skin, but people like it. Some people like it, some people don't. Business model guy V7 needs to get slapped while the bounce team. It's been a while since we've heard people complimenting the balance team, am I right? I'm glad I haven't gotten Lidica yet, right? So many people imprinted their Lidicas. Lidica cleave is terrifying. Lidica cleave is gonna be all the damn rage. Yeah, remember, none of these units can be used in RTA, guys. Not until preseason. This doesn't go into effect until the 10th, and RTA ends on the 4th. Man, if I had Watcher, I could just shoot this Auden in the face now, right? Why make red Lidica better than Lidica? I've got no answer for you on that. Except that Lidica cleavers can now pick both. and you can only ban one. Oh, let me see. Yeah, you can pick both Lidicas now. This is so boring. Surely there's a better way. They're a bit... What'd you guys do? Oh yeah, that's fun. Oh yeah. We get to throw an exploding suitcase at a child. We're going to use Anyo's team.
Does this patch mean Special Mystic Summon got more interesting?
I don't think you would Special Mystic this. You might Special Mystic this. I don't think you Special Mystic this. I don't think you Special Mystic this. If you really, really, really loved Tori, you might Special Mystic... No, I don't think it did. I don't think it made Special Mystic Summon interesting at all. There are some good options here if you want to have... I think Fallen Cecilia and DK Sharun. If you don't have those and you want to play them, you can Special Mystic your way in. But I still think you wait until week 2 to see what the next ML5 has to hold. Celine for Arena, there's no way you Special Mystic Celine just to use her in Arena. Zero shot. What were we doing? Oh yeah, that's right. We just finished, Xander. We just finished. I'll put a video up on it. It's a crazy patch. I'm really excited about it. Did I read Natalon's last part yet? No. I hate it, so I really do not like the Natalon High story. So at some point in time, I will go get a shit ton of tequila, and I'll go read it. Is it good? Tell me it's good. Is it worth watching? There is an Arya hint in a way on it. Lamo. Here, hold this. Oh, it never gets old throwing an exploding suitcase at a child. I can't wait for high school, Ran. Oh, God. I can't wait till we freaking graduate. Arya coming soon in theaters near you. Telling you guys, I think she's gonna be the world's ML unit. One for you because you're usually tanky. Oh yeah, proof of valor. One for you because you might be on an evasion artifact. Okay, that's fine. And now everybody get dead. I spent 4 years in high school. Why the hell would I want to go back there instead of having big dragon boobas? It's an Asian thing, especially in Japan. High school was a life experience. It was kind of like your last time to be free and discover yourself and have fun and shirk responsibility and go on adventures before you join the workforce and become a productive member of society and are locked into being an adult forever and that boring ass life. Kind of like colleges for a lot of people in Western culture. So it's kind of a big culture shift because in the West, most of us hated our high school experience, whereas in the East, most of them, look back on that fondly as a time when they had freedom and they weren't saddled with the responsibilities of work and family. So I understand it, but it still doesn't make me like it. Oh, I already killed this. And that's already dead. Okay, let's murder a tower. That one's about to drop, so over here. That one's dead. Get Lancer. I trust the speed of my units. We'll just kill that one. And up here... how do I want to handle this? How about Boss Baby Zeo? Oh, shit. Because when everyone else is in high school, he was a baby. Oh, let me see. What do we do here? S1 into this to blow this up. I couldn't dislike Zeo more, but there we go. Who soul burns up that's not named Frida? Actually, what if... can we Rowana cleave this? Like what if we Requiem Rowana cleave this? Just S3 into here. She would AoE. That bombs everybody. He would probably cleanse, but then we can soul burn and blow him up. And yeah, this looks like more fun. You still got your clothes on, my girl? Of course not. Can't have you going out all indecent like that. Attack, so it's an attack piece. There you go. Give more burns for Caesarea. A book, you got a book, and I know you've got your artifact. Okay. Let's run it down. Just push you back. No need to burn. Don't get too excited for Lidica. Remember what they did to Fallen Cecilia last time. Nah, there's no way. There's no way. Because everybody's looking at that Lidica buff and go, or that Fire Lidica buff. That's going to get confusing. Everybody's looking at that buff and going, this is freaking insane. This is crazy. With Fallen Cecilia, with Pirate Plan, people went out there and said, this isn't good enough. This isn't doing what we want it to do. Ain't nobody gonna say that with freaking Lidica. Right. Bombs everywhere. You get a bomb. You know what? Let's proc you and then give you another bomb. And now you can hold another bomb. Good night, everybody. Justice for MLK-Ron? No. No, MLK-Ron, much like OpSig, gets nothing. Oof. That was clean. I like that team. Yes, they both need significant reworks. Oh shit. I hope this isn't a Secrete Art Storm Sword Celine. Okay, good, we're fine, we're fine. Secret Art was always best in slot for Spirit Eye Celine. It never wasn't. Weird chance you might be on an evasion artifact. Okay. Poof. It was reworked MS Lean, you'd be in trouble. All right, guys. We crushed Guild Wars. We talked about the balance patch. I have yet to get any news on this bullshit. I still just recommend you vote with your feet. You don't buy it. You send Smilegate a message that this kind of shit's not acceptable. I'm not even getting the 50 stamina. That's how disgusted I am by all of this. By deceptive language, hiding the fact that you have to click on this. I had a buddy of mine logged on, right? And he was like, what's this bullshit with the Miracle Maid Kingdom with the Tam skin? What's this crap? Why can't I just buy the skin? I said, click that little eye beside the lobby preview and read that for me. He goes, okay, read the heroes you're currently, okay. So what? I said, read it again. Okay. I said, read the second paragraph. Okay, the heroes you currently own will appear in the lobby. When you place heroes, you can enjoy music. Okay, what? I said, read the second sentence slowly. When you place all heroes, you can enjoy the Miracle Maid Kingdom special busking performance simply by tapping the app. Okay, what? I said, read the first 4 words. When you place all. Oh! I was like, yeah, it is so deceptively written, so not obvious that if you don't own the skin, you don't get to enjoy the special busking performances by typing the app. If you don't own ML Made Chloe, you don't get to enjoy it. If you don't own Limited Laya, if you don't have Muse Rima, the least completed specially changed in the game, if you don't have any of that, you don't get to enjoy the performance. It is so not obvious It is so deceptively written to point that out that people are going to straight up come in here and say, well, I'll just spend 1,600 Skystones because I really want this lobby art. And it looked really cool in the preview and you get all this music and stuff. And no, you don't. What you get is, and I wish I was kidding, you get, here, do I have an image of it somewhere? I know I do. Where is it? Oh, I know where it is. I put it in the freaking CM server when I complained about this. Let me find it there. Excuse me. What you get is this. You get the lobby art where the cast members are guilting you into buying the skin. We're all waiting for you, Tamarin. Spend your $50. It's insult to injury. Exactly. It's not just that you don't get a functional lobby art, that you go and tap on the app and they don't do anything. They sit around here moping and looking sad, saying, when are you going to pull the unit so we can perform? It is so scummy. It borders on illegal. It borders on false advertising because they bury it. They bury it down here in a little footnote that is not obvious. It's not, it doesn't say, it doesn't say when you can tap on the amp to do this. It doesn't say, and if you don't have any one of these heroes, it will not function. Now I know the letter of it does say that, but it is written in such a way as to obfuscate the fact that if you don't have the heroes, the lobby art doesn't work and just spams you to go ahead and pull the heroes and buy the units and buy the skins. And that's not okay. That's, it's deceptive language, which is a form of a scam, which is a type of false advertising, right? I get it, right? Grammatically, it is all here, but when I had my friend read it and I held his hand, and he is not a stupid person, he is a very educated person, and he couldn't figure it out until I had him read the first 5 words for the 5th time, then he suddenly got it. And that, all of that is hidden under the little I button beside the lobby preview that nobody clicks on. It's like agreeing to the prima nocta terms when you sign up for your Apple store, right? And if you said, well, it was mentioned in the patch notes, you should have noticed it there. I was like, yeah, it was mentioned in the patch notes. Let me show you where it was mentioned in the patch notes. Right here where they showed the big picture of them performing, and right above where they showed another big picture of them performing, it had it sandwiched in between these 2 giant pictures that it said that the lobby button will be activated when you collect all featured heroes and skins. Not the amp button will only be activated when you collect all of them. But yeah, grammatically, that's what it says. They didn't need the word only in there. They didn't need to further say, but if you don't collect all the heroes and skins, it won't work. This is a big deal. It's straight up illegal in a lot of countries to word things like this. Obviously not Korea. And a lot of people have bought this skin and are very, very sad that after they bought this skin, all they see is Laia complaining that you haven't spent real money yet. Stack that on top of the fact that once you get there, you go, well, I guess I'll have to buy the skin if I want this lobby, or otherwise I just wiped my ass with 1,600 Skystones and threw it out the window. Let's go ahead and buy the skin. Oh, hell, it's only $60. That's a steal, right? It's a steal because you get 2 skins. You get 2 skins and a profile card. And look, and all this stuff and a really nice piece of gear. It is $60 freaking dollars. No, it's not 50 Silver Eclipse. It's 60 because you have to buy them in order. You can't just a la carte buy this. If you try, it'll say you can acquire this reward upon purchasing all the previous grades. So you gotta buy this, and this.
Because of the Skystones.
1,600 Skystones is worth about $40, and now we're up to $50, and now we're up to $100. And if you live in any country that takes sales tax, that's between 6 and 16% additional dollars onto your purchase because of sales tax. So yeah, about $100 to $110 is the value of buying this skin, so you can make this lobby art that you bought because you wanted the lobby art work. $110, guys. I can fill up my car 3 times for 1 tamarin. Right? I can rent a hotel. I can get a hotel at the beach. I can drive to the beach and buy a cheap-ass hotel for the cost of 1 tamarin and go surfing for the weekend. You can buy Ghost of Tsushima for 0.3 tamarins. It is overpriced as hell. No, I'm not going to take it easy on this, right? This is bullshit. The price is extreme, and they coerce people into buying it by selling you a pack that guilts you into buying it. This is the scummiest, worst thing I've ever seen Smilegate do, and they deserve every bit of shit they're getting for this. I have been doing my best to get them to step up. Do they play the music? No. They don't play the music. They say, you don't have tamarin, we can't perform without tamarin. They just sit there moping and looking sad because you haven't spent $110 yet. Guys, they deserve every bit of shit they're getting for this. And I'm not going to pull the punches on it. I've busted my ass sending up complaints to Smilegate, telling them that this is damaging to do this right before the Origins video, or right before the Origins release. The balance patch is amazing. It's made me feel a lot better about the game than I felt last night. I didn't play Epic 7 at all yesterday. I just went and played Raid. You know, Raid, where skins cost $30, not $110. I just went and played other games because it was better. It was more fun. I felt like they actually cared about the community and weren't doing stuff to just try to trick us into spending more money. Trick you. Why would they trick you into spending the money? That is such bullshit. Not only do they overprice it, they get you to spend in-game currency, about $80 or about $60 worth of, no, $40 worth of in-game currency. For free-to-play people, this is like almost a month's worth of work to get these kind of Sky Stones, only to be faced with a screen that says, yeah, sorry fam, you want this to work? You gotta buy more stuff. Holy crap. If they were upfront with it, if they had said, warning, this skin will only activate if you have Tamarin, Maid Chloe, an ML you may not have. If you bought Alaya, and you've completed the Muse Rhyme Specialty Change, if you don't have any of these units, it'll look like this. I'd have been much cooler about it. I would have just said, it's stupidly overpriced, but you know what? If they want to stupidly overprice something, that's their prerogative. I think it's terrible that they're pricing this, you know, basically more expensive than a AAA game plus the DLC, you know, plus like a 2-week supply of Mountain Dew for while I'm playing my DLC on my AAA game. That's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine, right? Companies can set their own prices and they can, you know, take it in the ear when they don't make sales because things are crazy overpriced. But I am less upset about it being crazy overpriced and more upset that they are tricking people into buying it by offering something that doesn't work if you didn't read and translate and understand the fine print. There's so many things not okay with this. Like I said, I'm not even getting my free 50 stamina. That's how hard I'm boycotting this bullshit. And it has now been 24 hours and we still have no word from Smilegate on with or when or if they're ever going to address this. I'll be honest with you guys, in true Smilegate form, they are probably not going to address this. They're probably going to just hope we forget about it. We're probably going to hope that that the balance patch is so amazing and the Origins update is so kick-ass that we'll forget about it. And let's be real, we probably will. We'll probably still be mad about this and bitch about it occasionally, and make jokes about how TAM coin is now the new international currency and you must measure everything in how many TAMs it costs. But, you know, this too will pass, and it's just sad. It's sad for the people who really, really liked and wanted this skin. And for the collectors. It's sad that the collectors are faced with, like, I gotta, you know, spend basically 0.5 TAM coins worth of anime statues to buy this. If you want to get it, get it. I'm never going to shit on somebody for spending money on something that they love. If it's something you genuinely love, go for it. But for anybody else that feels like I do about it, vote with your feet and don't touch any of this. Send a clear, strong message to Smilegate that this is not okay and this is not how we want this to be handled in the future. Be better. Okay, Smilegate's all we're asking. Be better. As for events, though, be aware that the, let me see here, open link, poof, all of the coupon codes are out now. So make sure you enter all of the coupon codes. You can get 7 leafs and 7 greater equipment charms and 7 accessory charms and 7 artifact charms and 7, I'm kidding, it's 1 Molagora. What a missed opportunity, right? What a missed opportunity. You could have had 7 Molagora. Was 7 Molagora really too much? Did that really kind of unbalance the game and make it bad for everybody? But still, it's a free Molagora. It's free. Don't complain about free stuff. You go to somebody's party, they hand you a shitty beer. Don't complain that it's a shitty beer. It's a free beer. One free Molagora still better than none. But still, what a missed opportunity, huh? 7th year, 7th anniversary, Epic 7, 7 leaves, 7 charms, 7 charms, 7 charms, 1 Molagora. This is like the guy that was like, giving them too many artifact charms and ancient inheritance is a bad idea. Let's limit it to 10. No one will notice. We kind of noticed. Oh, wait. I have to check something. Hang on 1 second. Bear with me. We're just going to go over to Home Depot here. Okay, I was lied to. I was told that 77771 was the product code for bleach at Home Depot. And if it was, I was gonna throw my tinfoil hat on and say, here we go, guys. It's actually a clue that we're getting a bleach collab. But I was lied to. It's not a thing. God, if that had happened though, I would have lost my damn mind. Try Googling. Okay. One more. Sure. 77771. Filters. Nah, sorry. Ingredients. We're diving down this rabbit hole, guys. The MSDS sheet. Chemical mixture contains percentage of the following. Chemical character is mixtures. Following components, weight and percentages. Sorry, guys. I'm not seeing bleach, sodium hypochlorite, or NaOH anywhere. Or NaCO, or whatever sodium hypochlorite's. I don't think there is bleach in this. That would have been too funny. Proprietary non-hazardous material. Oh wait, spec sheet. Yep, sorry guys. It's got solvents in it. And it's a grease cutter. None of those things would mix well with bleach. Sorry guys. That would have been fun though. What are we looking for? We're looking to see if SEM 7771 was a bleach containing product, because the where is it? Because they're giving away 7771 coupons, and that's just a teaser that it's a bleach collab. See, it's easy. It's a collab teaser, surely, but still, I mean, missed opportunity. But hey, go, make sure you get your free mola. So, Heir of the Covenant. Where can I put that code in? Coupon redeem page. Pardon me a moment while I open this and don't dox the hell out of myself. Okay, server, global, name, TristenWulf, coupon code, Heir of the Covenant.
Everyone remember to put your opinion the balance patch in the
Covenant.
comments so people don't cancel it again.
Successful. They won't cancel it, guy. It's stupid freaking strong. Everybody loves it. Let's see here. The only time they have canceled buffs is when people said it's not very good. They have when we said ML Para is stupid strong and maybe they need to dial that down a little bit, they did it anyway. Okay, so there's my gift. Where's my gift? Where's my mola? I need to probably refresh the screen, so let's go into the adventure. And now we'll go back to the lobby, and now we'll check the mailbox. There's my mola. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I need to get a video up on the balance patch. I need to work on a raid video. I need to farm this freaking raid event because I'm already behind, and I need to get those perfect souls. And my raid is already... Oh my god. Was it not running? Entire stream I wasn't multi-battling. Okay, so fun. I got a lot to do in raid. And we will be on tonight. We'll probably start in about 6 or 7 hours, right? No, not 6 or 7 hours. Maybe 8 or 9 hours, right? But we're roughly 10 hours away from the Origins release, the Origins update. It's going to be huge. So Oh my god, first copy just before the buff. Congrats. Can I post that link? Sure, guys, sure. Here you go. That is not that link. Like literally, you can just Google search stove coupon. You just search stove and coupon. It should be the first result, right? Stove coupon redeem. If you ever need to find it, if you ever forget the link, but here's the link for you guys right now. And for those of you needing the coupon codes, this is in my Discord. So check out my Discord, but there's a link for you too if you need the coupon codes yourself directly. All right, guys. Hang in there. Don't be too mad about the TAM skin. Don't go nuts building the balance patch units. You got 2 solid weeks before they're even usable. But start theory crafting and get excited for that. It's going to be huge. And I will see you tonight, hopefully, for the Origins update. Make sure you tune in then. And we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody.